Women, War, and Social Change: The Transformation of the American Workforce During World War II. My thesis statement is, while World War II is often remembered for its military battles, it also served as a turning point in American gender roles, as the unprecedented entrance of women into the industrial workforce not only helped win the war, but also laid the foundation for future moments toward gender equality. Pre-war gender roles. Before World War II, most women worked in traditionally feminine jobs like teaching, nursing, domestic service. They worked a lot in the home. Only 27% of the workforce was female in 1940. Societal expectations centered on marriage and home life. And you can see at the bottom, most of them are in their home washing clothes, and then like the other one is vacuuming, talking about housewives and their Hoover vacuum cleaners. Labor shortages and the call for women. Men left for the military service, which led to labor shortages in factories, shipyards, and other essential industries. U.S. government and industry launched recruitment drives targeting women. These are two pictures of what you would see recruitment posters in their local grocery stores or around their town. Wartime propaganda. This is the iconic Rosie the Riveter campaign. It encouraged women to see industrial work as patriotic duty, and media portrayed working women as strong, capable, and essential to victory. Here we see the Rosie the Riveter poster, and then we see women working in the factory. Women in industry. Millions took jobs in aircraft plants, munitions factories, and shipyards. Women learned new skills like welding, machining, and riveting, and these were usually done by men. Never would they think that women would be doing these jobs. And by 1944, women made up 37% of the workforce. Women in non-industrial roles. Women also served as nurses, clerks, and in the Women's Army Corps, or WAC. They also filled office, communication, and logistics positions. And below are two WAC flyers that they would have seen around to promote the Women's Army Corps, so they could also serve in the Army, but not as much as the men. Challenges on the job that they faced were lower pay than their male counterparts. They experienced skepticism and workplace discrimination, and they often had to balance work with domestic duties. Even though they were encouraged to work and do these jobs, they weren't treated as highly as men were, and that's where the problem was. Post-war transition. After the war, many women were pushed out of the industrial jobs to make room for returning veterans. Some returned to traditional roles, like in their homes or nursing, teaching, things like that, but others resisted and sought to continue working. This is a magazine cover where it shows the women working on the planes in a cartoonish depiction, but then in the second half it shows a woman at home not being satisfied with her job in the house. The long-term impact. The war provided women, or it proved women could perform in all sectors of the economy. It inspired future activism for equal pay, workplace rights, and gender equality, and it helped pave the way for the feminist movements of the 1960s and 70s. Here's a picture of one of those exact movements. And it really set the stage for what we have today as equality. So the World War II defined the possibilities for women in the U.S. workforce. The necessity of women labor challenged gender norms and created lasting social change. And this transformation was not immediate, but it planted seeds for decades of progress. Just in the difference in the last 60 years is tremendous because of women actually being willing to work in these factories when there was a shortage of jobs because of the war. It seems like a simple part of history, but we really wouldn't have the equality and the changes and the progress today if it wasn't for this simple but mighty movement toward equal rights for women. Here's my bibliography, and thank you for listening.